The Crown Prosecutor's Office has determined the suspicious death of a man earlier in the year to be a non-culpable homicide. And as such, the Calgary Police Service has concluded charges will not be laid. Non-culpable homicide finds the accused had no legal wrongdoing in the death of another person, such as in the case of self-defense. At approximately 9 a.m. Saturday, January 14th, 2012, police responded to a report of a possible break-in in the 100 block of Erin Circle Southeast. There were several people in the home at the time. While officers were moving people from the house in order to determine what was going on, they discovered the body of a deceased man. An autopsy took place on Monday, January 16th, 2012, and confirmed the manner of death as homicide. The deceased died as a result of a gunshot wound. The man was identified as Joseph Lesley Talbot, 35, of Calgary. Police believe the deceased forcibly entered the residence uninvited, brandishing a knife. A struggle ensued and Talbot was shot. This incident was not random, as the deceased and the persons in the home at the time were known to each other. Including the homicide that occurred on Tuesday, August 21st, 2012, this designation brings Calgary's homicide tally from 7 to 6 for this year. I'll now answer your questions.
On his death certificate, does it still say homicide?
Manner of death would be homicide, and cause of death, gunshot wound.
So would it not still be classified as a homicide even though there's no charges laid?
But it would be non-culpable homicide. In other words, it's a case of self-defense.
Is it pretty unusual that designation would be made before it goes to court?
We would have that designation before we decide to lay charges. Once charges would be laid, then it would go to court. So the determination is made in conjunction with the Crown Prosecutor's Office, and it speaks to whether the amount of force is reasonable given the situation. In this case, we had a male that forcibly entered a residence through the front door. He confronted an occupant inside the residence in his bedroom brandishing a knife. The individual, the occupant of the home, had no means of escape. As a result, this makes the use of a firearm more reasonable.
Is this kind of thing, this kind of designation unusual though?
It is unusual, and the last two cases that I can think of were in March 2010. One was an investigation into the death of Dean Wild in the 900 block of 42th Street Southwest, and the other one was an investigation into the death of Lorne Cavalli in the 200 block of 52th Street Northeast.
When were those?
They were in March of 2010.
Can you talk about why he was entering the premises? Can you go into some specifics on that?
First of all, just their history. These two individuals were lifelong friends, and we believe that they were involved in a long-term dispute culminating in this individual attending the residence.
Was it over drugs or anything like that?
As to the specific nature of the dispute, we didn't receive that information.
What kind of weapon would you say he was shot? Was it a handgun or was it a rifle?
It was a long rifle.
So he was coming to attack the shooter?
He had forced his way into the residence, and he confronted the occupant in his bedroom brandishing a knife. The occupant had no means of escape at the time.